Welcome back, everybody, to the Nittany Lions Sports Report. Bob Long, Tyler Gelhaus, and this is this week's episode of The Blitz, where we talk about one of the aspects of Penn State football that played itself out on the field the week before, or something that we're looking forward to for the next week. And this week, it's the curious case of the right tackle position. We knew coming into the season that Chasz Wright and Will Fries were listed with a slash on the depth chart, meaning that there was no designated starter, there was no designated backup. So as we take a look at the field here, the right tackle right here, here's your center, here's your guard, your quarterback, and your running back. This is clearly a very, very important position for the Nittany Lions from both a run blocking and a pass blocking perspective. For a more traditional offense, of course, you'd be giving it off to a running back, essentially going off tackle, trying to fit through one of the gaps, whereas the guard and tackle open up space and allow him through that gap. But for Penn State, things are considerably different. You're not going to have the quarterback, of course, under center. You're going to have the quarterback back here and a running back right here. And where Penn State makes this very, very interesting is that they run, of course, the college-style read option, where the ball is snapped to the quarterback here, and then as this running back is coming across, the quarterback makes a decision whether he's going to hand it off to that running back or take it himself and run more so up the middle. Now, what happens with the right tackle in this specific position is very, very interesting, because most of the time on the other side of the football, the idea behind the read option is that the defensive end is going to be put out on an island. That end is going to go completely unblocked and be allowed to come right into the backfield. And that's where the quarterback has to make that decision. Does he hand it off to the back and come off to the left in this case? Or is he going to move forward with the football himself? So in this case, Trace McSorley snaps the football. He has to make a decision whether to hand it off to the running back or not. Here comes the defensive end. The tackle is pulling off to this side as the running back takes the football and then taking on the first linebacker on this side of the line. The best right tackle on the roster for that is actually Chasz Wright. And we saw that a lot in the first half. He's very athletic, able to get off the line well, pull, and get to the second level. Will Fries, on the other hand, is a very, very strong pass blocker and a guy that they think can protect Trace McSorley. As we got into the second half, you saw more and more pressure from the defensive line in App State, and it was at that point, combined with the struggles of the offense in the first half, that Penn State decided that they were going to put Will Fries out there as the primary right tackle to aid in those pass blocking situations and allow Penn State more time to go down the field. I think this is going to be really interesting as the year goes on. I don't think the depth chart changes going into next week's game against Pitt. But as you're watching, keep an eye out on that right side of the offensive line, whether it's Fries or whether it's Wright, and keeping in mind that some of the reasons for Penn State's decision-making is going to be whether Chasz Wright is going to be able to do the job from a pass blocking perspective, whether Will Fries is going to be doing it from a run blocking perspective, and which guy is going to be able to take on both roles while keeping the line continuous. Because for right now, there are two guys with two different skill sets that are going to be out there at two different times based upon the situation. I think at the end of the day, Fries wins the job. He's a younger guy, a guy that they expect a little bit more from on a go-forward basis, and I think it's going to be a little bit easier for him to learn the run-blocking game and add what's already a strong run-blocking line along the rest of the front five. So I think that's something that will be very, very interesting as the season goes on, something for Penn State fans to keep in mind, and I think something that the coaching staff has their finger on the pulse of quite diligently right now is going to affect Penn State on a go-forward basis. So that's been the Blitz this week. We'll take a break and come back for the last 20 or so minutes of the show. We'll preview the Pitt game and preview the rest of the outer conference schedule. We'll see you in a minute.